the Ars Goetia, from The Lesser Key of Solomon the King, or Lemegeton Clavicula Salomonis Rex. Transcribed from Sloane Manuscript 3825 in the British Library, London. Read by Dan Attrell from the edition by Joseph H. Peterson. For the full text with notes, please visit esotericarchives.com/solomon/goetia.htm. Of the 72 infernal spirits evoked and constrained by King Solomon. The first principal spirit is a king ruling in the east, called Baal. He maketh men go invisible. He ruleth over 66 legions of inferior spirits. Baal appeareth in diverse shapes, sometimes like a cat, sometimes like a toad, sometimes like a man, and sometimes in all these forms at once. He speaketh very hoarsely. This is his character, which is to be worn as a lawman before him who calleth him forth, or else he will not do you homage. The second spirit is a duke called Agares. He is under the power of the east, and cometh up in the form of a fair old man riding upon a crocodile, very mildly, carrying a goshawk on his fist. He maketh them run that stand still, and fetcheth back the runaways. He can teach all languages or tongues presently. He hath power also to destroy dignities, both supernatural and temporal, and cause earthquakes. He was of the order of virtues. He hath under his government 31 legions, etc., and this is his seal or character, which is to be worn as a lawman. The third spirit is a mighty prince, being of the same nature as Agares. He is called Asago. This spirit is of a good nature, and his office is to declare things past and to come, and to discover all things hidden or lost. He governeth 26 legions of spirits. This is his seal. The fourth spirit is called Gamegin, a great marquis. He appeareth in the form of a little horse or ass, and then into human shape. He putteth himself at the request of the master, and speaketh with a hoarse voice. He teaches all liberal sciences, and giveth an account of the dead souls of them that die in sin. And he ruleth over 30 legions of inferiors. This is his seal, which is to be worn by the magician when he invocateth. The fifth spirit is called Marbas. He is a great president, and appeareth at first in the form of a lion, but afterwards putteth on human shape at the request of the master. He answereth truly of things hidden or secret. He causeth diseases, and cureth them again, and giveth great wisdom and knowledge in mechanical arts, and changeth men into other shapes. He governeth 36 legions of spirits. His seal is this. The sixth spirit is Valafar. He is a mighty duke, and appeareth in the form of a lion with a man's head lowering. He is a good familiar, but tempteth those he is familiar with to steal. He governeth 10 legions of spirits. This is his seal to wear constantly if you will have his familiarity. Else not. The seventh spirit is Ammon. He is a marquis, great in power and most strong. He at first appeareth like a wolf with a serpent's tail, vomiting out his mouth flames of fire. But at the command of the magician, he putteth on the shape of a man, with dog's teeth beset in a head like a raven, or in a raven's head. He telleth all things past and to come, and procureth love, and reconcileth controversies between friends and foes, and governeth 40 legions of spirits. His seal is thus, which is to be worn as aforesaid. The eighth spirit is called Barbatos. He is a great duke, and appeareth when the sun is in Sagittarius, with 4 noble kings and their companions in great troops. He giveth the understanding of the singing of birds, and the voice of other creatures, and the barking of dogs, etc. He breaketh hidden treasures open that have been laid by the enchantment of magicians, and he was of the order of virtues, of which some part beareth rule still. He knoweth all things past and to come, and reconcileth friends and those that are in power. He ruleth over 30 legions of spirits. His seal of obedience is this, which is before you. The ninth spirit in order is Paimon, a great king and very obedient to Lucifer. He appeareth in the form of a man, sitting on a dromedary, with a crown most glorious on his head. There goeth before him a host of spirits like men with trumpets and well-sounding cymbals, and all other sorts of musical instruments. He hath a great voice, and roareth at his first coming, and his speech is such as the magician cannot well understand, unless he compelleth him. This spirit can teach all arts and sciences, and other secret things. He can discover what the earth is, and what holdeth it up in the waters, and what the wind is, or where it is, or any other thing you desire to know. He giveth dignity, and confirmeth the same. He bindeth, or maketh a man subject to the magician, if he desireth it. He giveth good familiars, and such as can teach all arts. He is to be observed towards the northwest. He is of the order of dominions, and hath 200 legions of spirits under him. One part of them is of the order of angels, and the other of powers. If you call this spirit Paimon alone, you must make some offering to him, and there will attend him 2 kings called Bebal and Abalam, and other spirits of the order of powers. In his host are 25 legions, because all those spirits which are subject to him are not always with him, unless the magician compelleth them. This is his character. The 10th spirit is Buer, a great president, and he appeareth in Sagittarius, that is, his shape when the sun is there. He teacheth philosophy, both moral and natural, and the logical arts, and the virtues of all herbs and plants, and healeth all distempers in man, and giveth good familiars. He governeth over 50 legions of spirits, and this is his seal of obedience, which you must wear when you call him to appearance. The 11th spirit is a great and strong duke, called Gusoin. He appeareth like a Xenophile. He telleth of all things past, present, and to come. He showeth the meanings of all questions you can ask. He reconcileth friends, and giveth honor and dignity to any, and ruleth over 40 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which you must wear as aforesaid. The 12th spirit is Citri. He is a great prince, and appeareth at first with a leopard's face, and wings as a griffin. But afterwards, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on a human shape, very beautiful, inflaming men with women's love, and women with men's love, and causeth them to show themselves naked, if it be desired. He governeth 60 legions of spirits, and his seal to be worn is this. The 13th spirit is called Belet. He is a mighty king, and terrible, riding on a pale horse with trumpets, and all other kinds of musical instruments playing before him. He is very furious at his first appearance, that is, whilst the exorcist allay his courage, for to do that he must hold a hazel stick in his hand, stretched forth towards the south and east quarters, making a triangle without the circle, commanding him into it by the virtue of the bonds and chains of spirits hereafter following. And if he does not come into the triangle by your threats, rehearse the bonds and chains before him, and then he will yield obedience, and come into it, and do what is commanded by the exorcist. Yet he must receive him courteously because he is a great king, and do homage to him, as the kings and princes do that attend him. And you must have always a silver ring on the middle finger of the left hand, held against your face, as they do for a Maimon. This King Belet causeth all love that possibly may be, both of men and women, till the master exorcist hath had his mind fulfilled, etc. He is of the order of powers, and governeth 85 legions of spirits. His noble seal is this, which is to be worn before you in the time of working. The 14th spirit is called Laraye, or Larahe. He is a marquis, great in power, showing himself in the likeness of an archer clad in green, carrying a bow and a quiver. He causeth all great battles and contests, and causeth the wounds to putrefy that are made with arrows by archers. This belongeth to Sagittarius. He governeth 30 legions of spirits, and his seal of obedience is this. The 15th spirit is called Eligor. A great duke, he appeareth in the form of a goodly knight, carrying a lance, an ensign, and a serpent. He discovereth hidden things, and knoweth things to come, and of wars, and how the soldiers will and shall meet. He causeth the love of lords and great persons, and governeth 60 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which you must wear, or else he will not appear, nor obey you. The 16th spirit is called Zepar. He is a great duke, and appeareth in red apparel, and armed like a soldier. His office is to cause women to love men, and to bring them together in love. He also maketh them barren, and governeth 26 legions of inferior spirits. His seal is this, which he obeyeth when he seeth it. The 17th spirit is called Botus, a great president and an earl. He appeareth in the first show in the form of an ugly viper. Then, at the command of the magician, he putteth on a human shape, with great teeth and 2 horns, carrying a sharp bright sword in his hand. He telleth of all things past and to come, and reconcileth friends and foes. He governeth 60 legions of spirits. His seal is this, that he obeyeth when he seeth it. The 18th spirit is called Batin. He is a mighty and strong duke, and appeareth like a strong man with a tail of a serpent, sitting on a pale-colored horse. He knoweth the virtue of herbs and precious stones, and can transport men suddenly from one country into another. He ruleth over 30 legions of spirits. His seal is thus to be made, and to be worn before you. The 19th spirit is called Salaos. He is a great and mighty duke, and appeareth in the form of a gallant soldier riding on a crocodile, with the duke's crown on his head. Peaceably he causeth the love of women to men, and men to women. He governeth 30 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which must be worn before you. The 20th spirit is called Purson, a great king. He appeareth commonly like a man with a lion's face, carrying a cruel viper in his hand, and riding on a bear. Going before him are many trumpets sounding. He knoweth hidden things, and can discover treasures, and tell all things present, past, and to come. He can take a body either human or airy, and answer truly all earthly things, both secret and divine. He bringeth forth good familiars, and under his government are 22 legions of spirits, partly of the order of virtues, and partly of the order of thrones. And his mark or seal is this, which he oweth obedience to, and which must be worn by the exorcist in the time of action. The 21st spirit is called Morax. He is a great earl and a president. He appeareth like a great bull with a man's face. His office is to make men very knowing in astronomy and all other liberal sciences. He can give good familiars and very wise ones, which know the virtue of herbs and precious stones. He governeth 36 or 30 legions of spirits, and his seal is to be made thus and worn as aforesaid. The 22nd spirit is called Ippos. He is an earl and a mighty prince, and appeareth in the form of an angel, with a lion's head, goose's feet, and a hare's tail. He knoweth things past and to come. He maketh men witty and bold. He governeth 36 legions of spirits. His seal, or character, is this, which must be worn as a lamen before you. The 23rd spirit is called Im, a great duke and strong. He appeareth in the form of a very handsome man in body, but with 3 heads, the first like a serpent, the second like a man with 2 stars in his forehead, and the third like a cat. He rideth on a viper, carrying a firebrand in his hand, burning, wherewith he sets cities, castles, and great places on fire. He maketh one witty in all manner of ways, and giveth true answers to privy matters. He governeth 26 legions of infernal spirits. His seal is thus to be made, and worn as a lamen before you. The 24th spirit is called Naberius. He is a most valiant marquis, and appeareth in the form of a black crow fluttering about the circle, and when he speaketh, it is with a hoarse voice. He maketh men cunning in all arts and sciences, but especially in the art of rhetoric. He restoreth lost dignities and honors, and governeth 19 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which must be worn. The 25th spirit is called Glacia Labolas. He is a mighty president, and showeth himself in the form of a dog with wings like a griffin. He teacheth all arts in an instant, and is an author of bloodshed and manslaughter. He telleth all things past and to come, if desired, and causeth love of friends and foes. He can make a man go invisible, and he hath under his rule 36 legions of spirits. His seal is this, the which you should wear as a lamen. The 26th spirit is called Dune. He is a strong, great, and mighty duke, and appeareth in the form of a dragon with 3 heads, one like a dog, the other like a griffin, the third like a man. He speaketh with a high and comely voice. He changeth the places of the dead, and causeth those spirits that are under him to gather together upon their sepulchres. He gives riches to a man, and maketh him wise and eloquent. He giveth true answers to your demands, and governeth 30 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which he oweth obedience to. First this, And note that he hath another seal or character, which is made thus. You may use which you will, but the first is best, as Solomon saith. The 27th spirit is called Ronave. He appeareth in the form of a monster. He teacheth the art of rhetoric very well, and giveth good servants knowledge of tongues, favourer of friends and foes. He is a marquis and a great earl, and there obeyeth him 19 legions of spirits. His seal is this. The 28th spirit in order, as Solomon bound them, is named Berit. He is a mighty, great, and terrible duke. He hath 2 other names given to him by men of latter times, namely Baal and Bolfry. He appeareth like a soldier with red clothing, riding on a red horse, and with a crown of gold upon his head. He giveth true answers of things, past, present, and to come. You must use a ring as is before spoken of Belet in calling him forth. He can turn all metals into gold. He can give dignity and confirm them to men. He speaketh with a very clear and subtle voice. He is a great liar, and not to be trusted much. He governeth over 26 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which must be worn as a lamen. The 29th spirit in order is named Astaroth. He is a mighty and strong duke, and appeareth in the form of an unbeautiful angel, riding on an infernal-like dragon, and carrying in his right hand a viper. You must not let him come near you, lest he do you damage by his stinging breath. Therefore, the exorcist must hold the magical ring near to his face, and it will defend him. He giveth true answers of things, present, past, and to come, and can discover all secrets. He will declare willingly how the spirits fell, if desired, and the reason of his own fall. He can make men wonderful, knowing in all liberal sciences. He rules 40 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which you should wear as a lamen before you, or else he will not obey you. The 30th spirit is called Forneus. He is a mighty great marquis, and appeareth in the form of a great sea monster. He teacheth and maketh men wonderful, knowing in the art of rhetoric. He causeth men to have a good name, and to have the understanding of tongues. He maketh men to be beloved by their foes, as well as they be by their friends. And he governeth 29 legions of spirits, partly of the order of thrones, and partly of angels. His seal is this, to be made and worn, as aforesaid. The 31st spirit in order, as Solomon saith, is named Phoros. He is a mighty great president, and appeareth in the form of a strong man, in human shape. He can give the understanding to men how they may know the virtues of all herbs and precious stones, and teacheth them the art of logic and ethics in all their parts, if desired. He maketh men invisible, witty, eloquent, and to live long. He can discover treasures, and recover things lost. He ruleth over 29 legions of spirits. His seal or character is thus, to be made and worn as a lamen. The 32nd spirit in order is called Asmodai. He is a great king, strong and powerful. He appeareth with 3 heads, whereof the first is like a bull, the second like a man, the third like a ram. He appeareth also with a serpent's tail, belching or vomiting up flames of fire out of his mouth. His feet are webbed like a goose. He sitteth on an infernal dragon, carrying a lance and a flag in his hands. He is the first and chiefest under the power of Amaimon, and goeth before all others. When the exorcist hath a mind to call him, let it be abroad, and let him stand on his feet all the time of action, with his cap off, for if it be on, Amaimon will deceive him, and cause all his doing to be bewrayed. But as soon as the exorcist seeth Asmodai in the shape aforesaid, he shall call him by his name, saying, Thou art Asmodai, and he will not deny it. And by he will bow down to the ground, etc. He giveth the ring of virtues. He teacheth the art of arithmetic, geometry, astronomy, and all handicrafts, absolutely. He giveth full and true answers to your demands. He maketh a man invisible. He showeth the place where treasures layeth, and guardeth it, if it be among the legions of Amaimon. He governeth 72 legions of inferior spirits. His seal is thus, to be made and worn as a lamen before thee on your breast. The 33rd spirit is Ga'ap. He is a great president and a mighty prince. He appeareth when the sun is in some of the southern signs, in a human shape, going before 4 great and mighty kings, as if he was a guide to conduct them along their way. His office is to make men knowing in philosophy and all the liberal sciences. He can cause love or hatred, and make men insensible. He can teach you how to consecrate those things that belong to the dominion of Amaimon, his king, and can deliver familiars out of the custody of other magicians, and answereth truly and perfectly of the things past, present, and to come, and can carry and recarry things most speedily from one kingdom to another, at the will and pleasure of the exorcist. He ruleth over 66 legions of spirits. He was of the order of powers. His seal is thus to be made and worn as a lamen. The 34th spirit is called Furfur. He is a great and mighty earl, appearing in the form of a hart with a fiery tail. He never speaketh truth, except he be compelled or brought up within a triangle. Being compelled therein, he will take upon himself the form of an angel being bidden. He speaketh with a hoarse voice, and will willingly make love between a man and wife. He can raise thunder, lightnings, blasts, and great tempestuous storms. He giveth true answers both of secret and divine things if commanded, and ruleth over 26 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which is to be worn as a lamen. The 35th spirit is called Markosias. He is a great and mighty marquis, appearing at first in the form of a wolf, having griffin's wings and a serpent's tail, vomiting up fire out of his mouth, but afterwards, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on the shape of a man, and is a strong fighter. He giveth true answers to all questions, and is very faithful to the exorcist in doing his business. He was of the order of the Dominations. He governeth 30 legions of spirits. He told his chief master, which was Solomon, that after 1200 years he had hopes to return to the 7th throne. And his seal is thus, to be made and worn as a lamen. The 36th spirit is called Stolos. He is a great and powerful prince, appearing in the shape of a night raven at first before the exorcist, but afterwards he taketh the image of a man. He teacheth the art of astronomy and the virtues of herbs and precious stones. He governeth 26 legions of spirits. His seal is thus to be made and worn as a lamen. The 37th spirit is called Phoenix. He is a great marquis, and appeareth like the bird Phoenix, having a child's voice. He singeth many sweet notes before the exorcist, which he must not regard, but by and by he must bid him put on a human shape. Then he will speak marvelously of all the wonderful sciences. He is a good and excellent poet, and will be willing to do your request. He hath hopes to return to the seventh throne after 1200 years more, as he said to Solomon. He governeth 20 legions of spirits. His seal is thus to be made and worn. The 38th spirit is called Halfas. He is a great earl, and appeareth in the form of a stalk dove, and speaketh with a hoarse voice. His office is to build up towns and furnish them with ammunition and weapons, and to send men of war to places appointed. He ruleth 26 legions of spirits. His seal is thus to be made and worn as a lamen. The 39th spirit in order is called Malphas. He appeareth at first in the form like a raven, but afterwards will put on a human shape at the request of the exorcist and speak with a hoarse voice. He is a mighty president and powerful. He can build houses and high towers, and he can bring quickly artificers together from all places of the world. He can destroy thy enemies' desires or thoughts, and all that they've done. He giveth good familiars, and if you make any sacrifices to him, he will receive it kindly and willingly, but he will deceive him that doeth it. He governeth 40 legions of spirits. His seal is thus to be made and worn as a lamen. The 40th spirit is called Raum. He is a great earl, and appeareth at first in the form of a crow, but afterwards, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on a human shape. His office is to steal treasures out of kings' houses, and to carry it where he is commanded, and to destroy cities and the dignities of men, and to tell all things past, and what is, and what will be, and to cause love between friends and foes. He was of the order of thrones, and governeth 30 legions of spirits. His seal is thus, which you should make and wear as a lamen before you. The 41st spirit in order is called Focalor. He is a great duke and strong, and appeareth in the form of a man with griffin's wings. His office is to kill men, and to drown them in waters, and to overturn ships of war, for he hath power over both winds and seas, but he will not hurt any man or thing if he be commanded to the contrary by the exorcist. He hath hopes to return to the seventh throne after 1,000 years. He governeth 3 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which must be worn as a lamen. The 43rd spirit in order, as Solomon commanded them into the brazen vessel, is called Sabnach. He is a mighty great marquis, and strong, appearing in the form of an armed soldier with a lion's head, riding on a pale-colored horse. His office is to build high towers, castles, and cities, and to furnish them with armor, and to afflict men several days with wounds and rotten sores full of worms. He giveth good familiars at the command of the exorcist. He commandeth 50 legions of spirits. His seal is thus to be made and worn as a lamen. The 44th spirit in order is named Shax. He is a great marquis, and appeareth in the form of a stalk dove, speaking with a hoarse and subtle voice. His office is to take away the sight, hearing, and understanding of any man or woman at the command of the exorcist, and to steal money out of kings' houses and carry it again. In 1200 years, if commanded, he will fetch horses or anything at the request of the exorcist, but he must be commanded into a triangle first, or else he will deceive him, and tell you many lies. He can discover all things that are hidden and not kept by wicked spirits. He giveth good familiars sometimes. He governeth 30 legions of spirits. His seal is thus to be made, and worn as a lamen. The 45th spirit is called Vine. He is a great king and earl, and appeareth in the form of a lion riding on a black horse, with a viper in his hand. His office is to discover things hidden, witches, and things present, past, and come. He, at the command of the exorcist, will build towers, throw down great stone walls, make waters rough with storms. He governeth 35 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which you should make and wear as a lamen. The 46th spirit is called Bifrons. He is an earl, and appeareth in the form of a monster at first, but after a while, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on the shape of a man. His office is to make one knowing in astrology and geometry and other arts and sciences, and teacheth the virtues of all herbs, precious stones, and woods. He changeth dead bodies, and putteth them into one another's places, and lighteth candles seemingly upon the graves of the dead. He hath under his command 6 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which he will own and submit unto. The 47th spirit is called Vual. He is a great and mighty strong duke. He appeareth in the form of a mighty dromedary at first, but after a while he putteth on a human shape, and speaketh in the Egyptian tongue, but not perfectly. His office is to procure the love of women, and to tell things past, present, and to come, and also to procure friendship between friends and foes. He was of the order of powers. He governeth 37 legions of spirits. His seal is thus, to be made and worn as a lamen before you. The 48th spirit is called Haagenti. He is a great president, appearing in the form of a mighty bull with griffin's wings at first, but afterwards, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on a human shape. His office is to make men wise, and to instruct them in diverse things, and to transmute all metals into gold, and change wine into water, and water into wine. He commandeth 33 legions of spirits. His seal is thus made, and to be worn as a lamen. The 49th spirit is named Procal. He appeareth in the form of an angel. He is a great and strong duke, speaking something mystically of hidden things. He teacheth the art of geometry and the liberal sciences. He, at the command of the exorcist, will make great noises, like the running of great waters, although there be none. He warmeth waters, and distempereth baths. He was of the order of the powers, as he declared to Solomon, before his fall. He governeth 48 legions of spirits. His character or mark is thus to be made, and worn as a lamen before you. The 50th spirit in order is called Furcas. He is a knight, and appeareth in the form and similitude of a cruel old man with a long beard and a hoary head, sitting on a pale-colored horse, with a sharp weapon in his hand. His office is to teach the art of philosophy, astronomy, rhetoric, logic, chiromancy, and pyromancy in all their parts perfectly. He hath under his power 20 legions of spirits. His seal or mark is this, which you should make and wear as a lamen. The 51st spirit in order is Balaam. He is a terrible, great, and powerful king, appearing with 3 heads. The first is like a bull's, the second like a man's, the third like a ram's head. He hath a serpent's tail, and eyes flaming, riding upon a furious bear, carrying a goshawk on his fist. He speaketh with a hoarse voice, giving true answers of things past, present, and to come. He maketh men go invisible and witty. He governeth 40 legions of spirits. His seal is thus to be made, and to be worn as a lamen. The 52nd spirit in order is called Alokes. He is a great and mighty strong duke, appearing in the form of a soldier riding on a great horse. His face is like a lion's, very red, having eyes flaming. His speech is hoarse and very big. His office is to teach the art of astronomy and all the liberal sciences. He bringeth good familiars, and ruleth 36 legions of spirits. His seal is thus made, and is to be worn. The 53rd spirit is called Chyme. He is a great president, and appeareth in the form of a bird called a thrush at first, but after a while he putteth on the shape of a man carrying in his hand a sharp sword. He seemeth to answer in burning ashes. Chyme is a good disputer. His office is to give men the understanding of all birds, the lowing of cattle, the barking of dogs and other creatures, and also the noise of waters. He giveth very true answers of things to come. He was of the order of angels, and now ruleth 30 legions of infernal spirits. His seal is this, which he should wear as a lamen. The 54th spirit in order is called Murmur. He is a great duke and an earl, and appeareth in the form of a soldier riding on a griffin with a duke's crown on his head. There goeth before him 2 of his ministers, with great trumpets sounding. Murmur's office is to teach philosophy perfectly, and to constrain souls deceased to come before the exorcist to answer those things that he shall ask them, if he desireth. He was partly of the order of thrones, and partly of angels, and ruleth now 30 legions of spirits. The 55th spirit is called Orobos. He is a mighty great prince, appearing at first like a horse, but afterwards, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on the image of a man. His office is to discover all things past, present, and to come, and to give dignities and prelacies, and the favor of friends and foes. He giveth true answers of divinity and of the creation of the world. He is faithful to the exorcist, and will not suffer him to be tempted by any spirit. He governeth 20 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which must be made and worn as a lamen. The 56th spirit is called Grimoire. He is a strong and powerful duke, appearing in the form of a beautiful woman, with a duchess's coronet tied about her middle, riding on a great camel. Grimoire's office is to tell of all things past, present, and to come, and of treasure hidden, and what it layeth in, and procureth the love of women, both young and old. He governeth 26 legions of spirits. His seal is thus made and worn as a lamen before the exorcist in the time of working. The 57th spirit is called Ose. He is a great president, and appeareth like a leopard at first, but after a little time he putteth on the shape of a man. His office is to make one cunning in the liberal sciences, and to give true answers of divine and secret things, and to change a man into any shape that the exorcist desireth, so that he that is so changed will not think any other thing, but that he is that creature or thing he is changed into. He governeth 3 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which you should wear as a lawman. The 58th spirit is called Ami. He is a great president, and appeareth at first in the form of a flaming fire, but after a while he putteth on the shape of a man. His office is to make one wondrous, knowing in astrology and all the liberal sciences. He giveth good familiars, and can bewray treasures which are kept by spirits. He governeth 36 legions of spirits, and his seal is this, which you should wear as a lawman. The 59th spirit is called Orias. He is a great marquis, and appeareth in the form of a lion, riding on a mighty horse, with a serpent's tail, holding in his right hand 2 great serpents hissing. His office is to teach the virtues of the stars, and to know the mansions of the planets, and how to understand their virtues. Also, he transformeth men, and giveth dignities and prelacies, and confirmations, and the favor of friends and foes. He governeth 30 legions of spirits. His seal is this, to be made and worn. The 60th spirit is called Vapula. He is a great, mighty, and strong duke, appearing in the form of a lion with griffin's wings. His office is to make men knowing in all handicraft professions, also in philosophy and other sciences. He governeth 36 legions of spirits. His seal or character is thus made, and is to be worn as a lawman. The 61st spirit is called Zagan. He is a great king and president, and appeareth at first in the form of a bull with griffin's wings, but afterwards he putteth on a human shape. He maketh men witty, and can turn wine into water, or blood into wine, and also water into wine. He can turn all metals into coin of that dominion the metals are of, and can make fools wise. He governeth 33 legions of spirits. His seal is thus made, and worn as a lawman. The 62nd spirit is called Valak. He is a mighty great president, and appeareth like a boy with angel wings, riding on a 2-headed dragon. His office is to give true answers of hidden treasures, and to tell where serpents may be seen, which he will bring and deliver to the exorcist without any force or strength. He governeth 30 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which must be made and worn as a lawman. The 63rd spirit is called Andras. He is a great marquis, appearing in the form of an angel with a head like a black night raven, riding upon a black strong wolf, with a sharp and bright sword flourishing in his hand. His office is to sow discords. If the exorcist hath not a care, he will kill him and his fellows. He governeth 30 legions of spirits. His seal is thus, and to be made and worn as a lawman before thee on your breast. The 64th spirit is named Flauros. He is a great duke, and appeareth at first like a mighty, terrible, and strong leopard, but afterwards, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on the shape of a man with fiery eyes and a terrible countenance. He giveth true answers of all things past, present, and to come, but unless he be commanded into a triangle, he will lie in all those things, and deceive or beguile the exorcist in other things or business. He will gladly talk of divinity, and of the creation of the world, and of his and all other spirits' fall. He destroyeth and burneth those that are the exorcist's enemies, if he requesteth it, and will not suffer him to be tempted by any spirit or otherwise. He governeth 36 legions of spirits. His seal is thus to be made, and worn as a lawman. The 65th spirit is called Andrealphus. He is a mighty and great Marquis, appearing at first in the form of a peacock with great noises, but afterwards he putteth on a human shape. He can teach perfectly geometry and all things belonging to measuring, also astronomy. He maketh men very subtle and cunning therein, and can transform man into the likeness of a bird, and he governeth 30 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which is to be worn as a lamen. The 66th spirit is called Chimes. He is a mighty, great Marquis, strong and powerful, appearing like a valiant soldier, riding on a goodly black horse. He ruleth over all spirits in the parts of Africa. His office is to teach perfectly grammar, rhetoric, and logic, and to discover treasures of things lost or hidden. He can make a man seem like a soldier of his own likeness. He governeth 20 legions of chief spirits, but more inferior than himself. His seal is thus made and worn as a lamen. The 67th spirit in order is called Amduskias. He is a strong and great duke, appearing at first like a unicorn, but afterwards, at the request of the exorcist, he standeth before him in human shape, causing trumpets and all manner of musical instruments to be heard, but not seen also, causing trees to bend and incline according to the exorcist's will. He giveth excellent familiars, and ruleth 29 legions of spirits. His seal is thus formed, and is to be worn as a lamen. The 68th spirit is called Belial. He is a mighty king and powerful. He was created next after Lucifer, and is of his order. He appeareth in the form of a beautiful angel, sitting in a chariot of fire, speaking with a comely voice, declaring that he fell first amongst the worthier and wiser sort, which went before Michael and other heavenly angels. Belial's office is to distribute preferments of senatorships, and to cause favor of friends and foes. He giveth excellent familiars, and governeth 80 legions of spirits. Note: this King Belial must have offerings, sacrifices, and gifts presented to him by the exorcist, or else he will not give true answers to his demands. But then he tarrieth not 1 hour in the truth, except he be constrained by divine power, and his seal is thus, which is to be worn as a lamen before the exorcist. The 69th spirit is called Decarabia. He appeareth in the form of a star in the pentacle at first, but afterwards, at the command of the exorcist, he putteth on the image of a man. His office is to discover the virtues of herbs and precious stones, and to make the similitude of all birds to fly before the exorcist, and to tarry with him, singing and drinking as natural birds do. He governeth 30 legions of spirits, being himself a great Marquis. His seal is thus to be made, and worn as a lamen before the exorcist. The 70th spirit in order is called Sire. He is a mighty prince and powerful under Amaimon, king of the east. He appeareth in the form of a beautiful man riding on a strong horse with wings. His office is to go and to come, and to bring all things to pass suddenly, and to carry and recarry anything where thou wilt have it, or have it from, for he can pass over the whole world in the twinkling of an eye. He maketh a true relation of all sorts of theft and of treasures hid, and of all other things. He is indifferent, good-natured, willing to do anything the exorcist desireth. He governeth 26 legions of spirits. His mark or seal is thus made, and is to be worn as a lamen. The 71st spirit is called Dantalion. He is a great and mighty duke, appearing in the form of a man with many faces, all like men and women, and a book in his right hand. His office is to teach all arts and sciences to anyone, and to declare the secret counsels of anyone. For he knoweth the thoughts of all men and women, and can change them at his will. He can cause love, and show by vision the true similitude of anyone, let them be in whatever place or part of the world they will. He governeth 36 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which is to be worn as a lamen. The 72nd spirit in order is called Andromalius. He is a great and mighty earl, appearing in the form of a man, holding a serpent in his hand. His office is to bring a thief and goods that are stolen back, and to discover all wickedness and underhanded dealings, and to punish thieves and other wicked people, and to discover treasure that is hid. He ruleth 36 legions of spirits. His seal is this, which you should make and wear as a lamen in the time of action. These be the 72 mighty kings or princes which King Solomon commanded into a vessel of brass with their legions, of whom Belial, Bilet, Asmodai, and Gaap were the chiefest, and it's supposed it was for their pride, for Solomon never declared why. He thus bound them, and when he had bound them up and sealed the vessel, he by the divine power cast them into a deep lake or hole in Babylon, and the Babylonians, wandering to see such a thing there, they went wholly into the lake to break the vessel open, suspecting to find a great treasure. But when they had broken it open, out flew all the chief spirits immediately, and their legions followed them, and they were restored again to their former places. But only Belial, who entered into a certain image, and there gave answers to those whom did offer sacrifice unto him as the Babylonians did, for they offered sacrifices and worshipped that image as a god. Observations. Thou art to observe first the moon's age for your working. The best days are when the moon is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, or 14 days old, as Solomon saith, and no other days are profitable. The seals of those 72 kings are to be made in metals, the chiefest king in gold, marquises in silver, dukes in copper, prelates in tin, knights in lead, presidents in mercury, and earls in copper and silver equally alike. These 72 kings are under the power of Amamon, Corzon, Zimimar, and Goap, which are kings ruling in the 4 quarters, east, west, north, and south, and are not to be called forth except it be upon great occasions, but invoked and commanded to send such and such spirit as are under their rule and power, as is showed in the following invocations or conjurations. The chief kings may be bound from 9 to 12 of the clock at noon, and from 3 till sunset. Marquises may be bound from 3 of the clock in the afternoon till 9 at night, and from 9 at night till sunrise. Dukes may be bound from sunrising till noonday in clear weather. Prelates may be bound in any hour of the day. Knights may be bound from the dawning of the day till sunrising, or from 4 of the clock till sunset. Presidents may be bound in any hour of the day, excepting twilight, at night, or if the king whom he is under be also invocated. Counts or earls may be bound in any hour of the day, so if it be in woods or any other place where men resort not, or where no noise is. The Magical Circle. The Circle of Solomon is to be made 9 feet across, and the divine names are to be written around it, from Eye to Levana. Here is a figure of the Circle of Solomon, that he made for to preserve himself from the malice of those evil spirits. The Triangle. This is the form of the triangle that Solomon commanded the disobedient spirits into. It is to be made 2 feet off from the circle and 3 feet over across. Note this triangle is to be placed towards that quarter that the spirit belongeth to, etc. Observe the moon in working, etc. Solomon's sexangled or hexagonal figure. This figure is to be made on a parchment made of calfskin and worn at the skirt of the white vestment and covered with a linen cloth, the which is to be showed to the spirits when they are appeared, that they may be compelled to be obedient and take human shape. The pentagonal figure of Solomon. This figure is to be made in gold or silver and worn upon the breast with the seal of the spirit on one side of it. It is for to preserve the exorcist from danger, and also to command by. The Ring of Solomon. This ring is to be held before the face of the exorcist to preserve him from the stinking fumes of spirits. The Secret Seal of Solomon. The secret seal of Solomon, by which he bound and sealed up the aforesaid spirits with their legions into a brazen vessel. This secret seal is to be made by one that is clean both inward and outward, and hath not defiled himself by any woman in the space of a month, but hath, with fasting and prayers to God, desired pardon of all his sins. It is to be made on a Tuesday or Saturday night at 12 o'clock, written with the blood of a black cock, which never trod hen, on virgin's parchment. Note: on those nights, the moon must be increasing in Virgo. When it is so made, fume it with alum, raisins of the sun, dates, cedar, and lignum aloes. By this seal, Solomon compelled the aforesaid spirits into a brass vessel, and sealed it up with the same seal. He by it gained the love of all manner of persons, and overcame in battle, for neither weapon, fire, nor water could hurt him. The form of the brass vessel that Solomon shut those spirits in. The privy seal aforesaid was made in brass to cover this vessel with at the top. The other materials are a scepter or sword, a mitre or cap, a long white robe of linen, with shoes and other clothes for the purpose. Also a girdle of lion skin, 3 inches broad, with all the names about it, as is about the uttermost round circle. Also perfumes in a chafing dish of charcoals kindled to put the fumes into, to smoke or perfume the place appointed for action. Also anointing oils to anoint your temples and eyes with, and fair water to wash yourselves in. And in doing so, you are to say as David said, namely, Thou shalt purge me with hyssop, O Lord, and I shall be clean. Thou shalt wash me, and I shall be whiter than snow, etc. And at the garments putting on, you must say, By the figurative mystery of these holy vestures or vestments, I will clothe me with the armor of salvation in the strength of the highest. Ancor, Amacor, Amides, Theodonias, Anitor, that my desired end may be effected through the strength of Adonai, to whom the praise and glory will forever and ever belong. Amen. After you have so done, make the prayers to God according to your work, as Solomon hath commanded. The forms that Solomon used for any particular art is showed in the 5th part of this book, which is called the Ars Nova. The conjuration for to call forth any of the aforesaid spirits. I invocate and conjure you, spirit, insert name, and being with the power armed from the supreme majesty, I strongly command you, by Baralanensis, Baldachiensis, Palmachiae, and Apologiae sedes, and the most powerful princes, Genioleachidi, ministers of the Tartarian seat, chief princes of the seat of Apologia in the 9th region. I exercise and powerfully command you, spirit, insert name, in and by him that said the word, and it was done, and by all the holy and most glorious names of the most holy and true God, and by these, his most holy names Adonai, El, Elohim, Elohe, Zebaoth, Elion, Eskerkie, Yah, Tetragrammaton Shaddai, that you forthwith appear and show yourselves here unto me before this circle, in a fair and human shape, without any deformity or ugly show, and without delay. Do come from all parts of the world to make rational answers unto all the things which I shall ask of you. And come ye peaceably, visibly, and affably, without delay, manifesting what I desire. Being conjured by the name of the eternal, living, and true God, Helioren, I conjure you by the especial and true name of your God, that thee owe obedience unto, and by the name of your King, which beareth rule over you, that forthwith you come without tarrying, and fulfill my desires and commands, and persist unto the end, and according to my intentions. I conjure you, by him by whom all creatures are obedient, and by this ineffable name, Tetragrammaton Yehovah, which being heard, the elements are overthrown, the air is shaken, the sea runneth back, the fire is quenched, the earth trembleth, and all the hosts of celestials, terrestrials, and infernals do tremble, and are troubled and confounded together, that you come visibly and affably, and speak unto me with a clear voice, intelligible, and without any ambiguity. Therefore, come thee, in the name Adonai Tsabaoth, Adonai Amiorem, come, come. Why stay you? Hasten, for Adonai Shaddai, the King of Kings, commandeth you. Say this as often as you please, and if they come not, then say as followeth: I invocate, conjure, and command you, Spirit, insert name, to appear and show yourself visibly to me before this circle, in a fair and comely shape, without any deformity or tortuosity, by the name and in the name of Yod and Vav, which Adam heard and spoke, and by the name Yod, which Jacob heard from the angel wrestling with him, and was delivered from the hands of Esau his brother, and by the name of God, Aglah, which Lot heard, and was saved with his family, and by the name Anaphaxaton, or Anaphenaton, which Aaron heard, and spake, and became wise, and by the names Shemesh, Amathia, which Joshua called upon, and the sun stood still, and by the name Emmanuel, which the three children, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, sung in the midst of the fiery furnace, and were delivered, and by the name Alpha and Omega, which Daniel named, and destroyed the bell, and slew the dragon, and by the name Tsabaoth, which Moses named, and all the rivers and waters in the land of Egypt were turned into blood, and by the name Eskerkie Oriston, which Moses named, and all the rivers brought forth frogs, and they went into the houses of the Egyptians, destroying all things, and by the name Elion, which Moses called upon, and there was great hail, such as never was seen since the creation of the world to that day, and by the name Adonai, which Moses named, and there came up locusts throughout all the land of Egypt, and devoured all that the hail had left, and by the name Hagios, and by the seat of Adonai, and by Othios, Iskyros, Athanatos, Parakletus, and all these holy and sacred names, Aglah, On, Tetragrammaton, and by the dreadful judgment of God, and by the uncertain sea of glass, which is before the face of the divine majesty, who is mighty and most powerful, and by the four beasts before the throne, having eyes before and behind, and by the fire round about the throne, and by the holy angels of heaven, and by the mighty wisdom of God, and by the seat of Baldachia, and by this name, Premuaton, which Moses named, and the earth opened and swallowed up Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. I command that you make true and faithful answers to all my demands and perform all my desires so as far as in office you are capable to perform. Therefore, come thee peaceably, visible and affable, now without delay, to manifest what I desire, speaking with a perfect and clear voice, intelligible unto my understanding. If somehow they do not come at the rehearsing of these two foregoing conjurations, but without doubt they normally will, say one as followeth, it being a constraint. I conjure thee, Spirit, insert name, by all the most gracious and efficacious names of the most great incomprehensible Lord God of hosts, that you comest quickly without delay from all parts and places of the world, wherever thou mayest be, to make rational answers to my demands, and that visible and affably speaking with a voice intelligible to my understanding, as aforesaid, I conjure and constrain you, Spirit, insert name, by all aforesaid, and by these 7 names which wise Solomon bound thee and thy fellows in a vessel of brass: Adonai, Praerai, Tetragrammaton, Anaphexaton, Inessen Fatal, Pathatumon, and Itemon, that you appear here before this circle, to fulfill my will in all things that shall seem good unto me. And if you be disobedient, and refuse to come, I will, in the power and by the power of the name of the supreme and ever-living God, who created both me and all the whole world in 6 days, and what is contained in it, I, Sarai, and by the power of his name Primuaton, which commandeth the whole host of heaven, curse you and deprive you from all your office, joy, and place, and bind you in the depths of the bottomless pit, there to remain unto the day of the last judgment. And I will bind you into the eternal fire, and into the lake of fire and brimstone, unless you come forthwith and appear here before this circle to do my will in all things. Therefore, come thou, in and by these holy names, Adonai, Tsabaoth, Adonai, Amiorem. Come ye, Adonai commandeth you. If you come so far, and he yet doth not appear, you may be sure he is sent to some other place by his king, and cannot come, and if it be so, invocate the king as followeth to send him. But if he doth not come still, then you may be sure that he is bound in chains in hell, and he is not in the custody of his king. So if you have a desire to call him from thence, you must rehearse the spirit's chain. For to invocate the king, say as followeth: O you great, mighty, and powerful King Amaimon, who beareth rule by the power of thy supreme God El over all spirits, both superior and inferior, of the infernal order in the dominion of the East, I invocate and command you by the especial and truest name of your God, and by the God that you worship and obey, and by the seal of the creation, and by the most mighty and powerful name of God, Jehovah Tetragrammaton, who cast you out of heaven with all the other infernal spirits, and by all the most powerful and great names of God, who created heaven, earth, and hell, and all things contained in them, and by their power and virtue, and by the name Primuaton, who commandeth the whole host of heaven, that you cause, and force, and compel, insert name, to come unto me here before this circle, in a fair and comely form, without doing any harm to me, nor any other creature, and to answer truly and faithful to all my requests, that I may accomplish my will and desires, in knowing or obtaining any matter or thing which by office you know is proper for him to perform or to accomplish, through the power of God El, who createth and disposeth all things, both celestial and aerial, terrestrial and infernal. After you have invocated the king in this manner twice or thrice over, then conjure the spirit you would have called forth by the aforesaid conjurations, rehearsing them several times together, and he will come without doubt, if not at the first or second time rehearsing. But if he doth not come, add the spirit's chain to the end of the aforesaid conjuration, and he will be forced to come, even if he be bound in chains, for the chains will break off from him, and he will be at liberty. The general curse, called the spirit's chain, against all spirits that rebel. O thou wicked and disobedient spirit, insert name, because thou hast rebelled, and not obeyed or regarded my words which I have rehearsed, they being all most glorious and incomprehensible names of the true God, Maker and Creator of you, me, and all the world, I, by the power of those names which no creature is able to resist, do curse you into the depths of the bottomless pit, there to remain until the day of doom in chains of fire and brimstone unquenchable, unless you dost forthwith appear before this circle in this triangle, and do my will. Therefore, come peaceably and quickly, and by these names, Adonai Tsabaoth, Adonai Anora, come, come. Why stay you? Adonai commandeth you. When you have read so far, and he doth not come, then write his name and seal on virgin parchment, and put it into a black box with brimstone, asafoetida, and such things that have a stinking and strong smell, and bind the box round with a wire, and hang it on the sword's point, and hold it over the fire of charcoals, and say to the fire first as followeth, it being placed towards that quarter the spirit is to come from. I conjure you, O fire, by him that made thee and all other good creatures in the world, that you torment, burn, and consume this spirit, insert name, everlastingly. I condemn thee, thou spirit, insert name, into fire everlasting, because thou art disobedient, and obeyed not the command, nor kept the precepts of the Lord thy God. Neither wilt thou appear to me, nor obey me, nor my invocations, having thereby called you forth. I, who am the servant of the Most High and Imperial Lord, God of hosts, Yahovah, and dignified and fortified by his celestial power and permission, neither comest thou to answer to these my proposals here made unto you, for which your adverseness and contempt you are guilty of grand disobedience and rebellion, and therefore I shall excommunicate you, and destroy thy name and seal, which I have here enclosed in this black box, and shall burn thee in immortal fire, and bury thee into immortal oblivion, unless thou immediately comest, and appearest visibly, affably, friendly, and courteous here unto me before this circle, in this triangle, in a fair and comely form, and in no wise terrible, hurtful, or frightful to me or any other creatures whatever upon the face of the earth, and make rational answers to my requests, and perform all my desires in all things that I shall make unto you. If he cometh not yet, say as followeth. Now, O thou spirit, insert name, since thou art still pertinacious and disobedient, and will not appear unto me to answer to such things as I should have desired of you, or would have been satisfied in, I do, in the name and by the power and dignity of the omnipotent immortal Lord God of hosts, Yahovah Tetragrammaton, the only creator of heaven, earth, and hell, and all that are in them, who is the marvelous disposer of all things both visible and invisible, curse you and deprive you from all your offices, joy, and place, and do bind thee in the depths of the bottomless pit, there to remain until the day of the last judgment. I say, into the lake of fire and brimstone, which is prepared for all rebellious, disobedient, obstinate, and pertinacious spirits, Let all the holy company of heaven curse thee, the sun, the moon, the stars, the light, and all the host of heaven curse thee. I curse thee into the fire unquenchable and torments unspeakable, and as thy name and seal is contained in this box, chained and bound up, and shall be choked in sulphurous and stinking substance, and burnt in this material fire, so I, in the name of Jehovah, and the power and dignity of these three names, Tetragrammaton, Anaphaxaton, and Premuaton, cast thee, O thou disobedient spirit, into that lake of fire, which is prepared for thee, damned and cursed spirits, and there to remain until the day of doom, and never more to be remembered of before the face of God, which shall come to judge the quick and the dead and the world by fire. Here the exorcist must put the box into the fire, and by he will come. But as soon as he is come, quickly quench the fire that the box is in, and make a sweet perfume, and give him a kind entertainment, showing him the pentacle that is at the bottom of the vesture, covered with linen cloth, saying, Behold your conclusion, if you be disobedient. Behold the pentacle of Solomon, which I have brought here before thy presence. Behold the person of the exorcist, who is called Octinomos, who is in the midst of the exorcism, who is armed by God, and without fear, who potently invocateth you, and called you to appear. Therefore, make rational answers to my demands, and be obedient to me, your master, in the name of the Lord Batat, rushing upon, Abrak, Abeor, coming upon, Aberer. Then they or he will be obedient, and bid you ask what you will, for they are subjected by God to fulfill your desires and demands. And when they or he are appeared and showed themselves humble and meek, then you are to say, Welcome, spirits, or most noble king or kings. I say you are welcome unto me, because I called you through him who createth heaven, earth, and hell, and all that is contained in them, and you have obeyed also by the same power that I called you forth, and bind you, that you remain affably and visibly here before this circle, or before this circle in this triangle, so constant and so long as I have occasion for you, and not to depart without my license until you have faithfully and truly performed my will, without any falsity. The license to depart. O thou spirit, insert name, because thou hast very diligently answered my demands, and was ready and willing to come at my first call, I do here license thee to depart unto thy proper place, without doing any injury or danger to any man or beast. Depart, I say, and be ever ready to come at my call, being duly exercised and conjured by the sacred rites of Magick. I charge thee to withdraw peaceably and quietly, and the peace of God be ever continued between me and thee. Amen. After you have given the spirit license to depart, you are not to go out of the circle till they be gone, and you have made prayers unto God for the great blessing he hath bestowed upon you in granting you your desires, and delivering you from the malice of the enemy, the devil. Note: you may command these spirits into the brazen vessel as you do into the triangle, saying that you forthwith appear before this circle in this vessel of brass, in a fair and comely shape, etc., as is showed before in the foregoing conjurations. End of the Ars Goetia from the Lesser Key of Solomon the King, or the Lemegeton Clavicula Salomonis Rex. Transcribed from Sloane Manuscript 3825 in the British Library, London. Read by Dan Attrell, from the edition by Joseph H. Peterson. If you would like to support more work such as this, please visit patreon.com/themodernhermeticist, and above all, thank you for listening.